Hi everybody, Scott Cunningham from Cunningham Realty. Thanks for taking the time to stop in and check out this video. What we are going to talk about in this video is, as realtors, what do we ask for from our friends and family? One of the big things that we ask for is obviously is honesty, and consider us when you're looking to buy or sell a property, or maybe you're looking to do both. There comes times where we haven't had this happen too often, but we've had times where somebody contacts us and says, well, I need to sell my property and unfortunately I can't use you and here's why. And sometimes it's something personal that's going on in their life. Maybe they're having some financial issues. Maybe they're going to get divorced. They don't want the word out there. Maybe they don't want to tell us, whatever. And that's fine. We understand that. And we appreciate the honesty. And what we're going to do is we're going to thank them for considering us and for being honest with us. And we're going to wish them good luck. And who knows, maybe we'll have a buyer that we can bring to buy the house that would help them out. And obviously it helps us too. But just be honest with us. What really stinks, and again, we haven't had this fortunately happen too often, where all of a sudden we look online and we see that a friend or a family member, not a family member necessarily, but a friend has got their property for sale and they didn't call us. And honestly, it hurts. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, but it's just, again, and then you run into them and then they kind of hide in the corner and they don't want to talk to you and stuff like that. They're afraid to, bring it up. It's like, if you'd have just told us, we'd have understood. Just be honest with us and let us know. So if there's something going on, that's fine. Another thing we sometimes run into is somebody used a different friend. That's a realtor. The old saying that we've heard many times is that the average person knows four realtors, or is related to knows or is related to four different realtors. As a buyer or seller, how do you figure out who to use? Well, I guess that depends on you. Who are you closer to? Who do you trust more? Who's been around longer? Who's got a better reputation? Blah, 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 and all that things. My best friend, passed away a couple of years ago, but never used us once as a realtor. Why? Because his brother's a realtor. His brother's been a realtor for over 30 years. We wouldn't expect him to use us. It's like, hey, you're using your brother? Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. So it's not that tough to figure out. So again, if he called us up and said, hey, and actually did this one time, I'm going to sell my house and I'm going to list it with my brother. And it's like, yeah, makes sense. You'd be crazy not to. So again, just be honest with you. Us, we would really appreciate it. So that's one thing that we ask for. Just let us know. The other thing is help us promote our business. You don't have to pay any money to do that. Well, how can you do it? Well, refer us to friends and family. If you're sitting at dinner with, your cousin and your cousin says, I'm thinking about buying a house, selling a house, do us a favor. Ask, well, do you have a realtor? And if they go, no, or I'm thinking about so-and-so, please, throw our names out there. Hey, we know Scott and Gretchen Cunningham, and we happen to believe they're the greatest realtors in the entire world, which we are. Just ask us, or ask me. Gretchen won't say that, but I will. But I mean, pass our name, pass our information on, give them our phone number. Totally fine with that. So, it doesn't cost you anything. Throw our name out there. And if they go, nah, we're going to use so-and-so. It's like, okay, great. At least thank you. We appreciate you doing it, even if it gets shot down. Share our posts, share our videos. We talk about this at the end of every one of our videos. Do us a favor. We put something on Facebook, we do something like that. We do put something on a YouTube channel. Please do us a favor and share it. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Share the video. There's such a thing called SEO, search engine optimization. I don't know a lot about it, but the more that our videos and our posts and stuff are shared, the more it goes out there, the more it helps our SEO and algorithms and all this stuff that I really don't know that much about. But the more people that do this, the wider of an area it goes, the more people that see it. The more people that see it, the more people we can help, which obviously helps us. If all of a sudden we get a call from somebody and says, hey, I want to list my home with you. I saw a video, it was shared by, so-and-so. Yeah, we've never met, but I'd like to talk to you. So we would really appreciate if you could help us with that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Real simple. You look below the video here, click on the word subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. You're not going to get a whole bunch of texts and emails or anything like that from us. Like I said, it doesn't cost any money. If you click on the bell, you will get notifications of when we post a new video. If you do not click on the bell, you will not get those notifications. You'll still be a member of our channel. And again, the more people that are in our YouTube channel, the more people get sent out to YouTube and their nerds that are sitting in the background and saying, hey, this company has got all kinds of people that are members of it. Let's start sending their videos to other people. You know, I know it's not people actually doing it. They got algorithms and computers and all this other stuff. So if you could do this, all of this stuff, it really, really would help us out. So again, I'm not going to repeat the stuff. Please get a hold of us. Let us know if we can help you out, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or a combination of the two. We already talked about thumbs up, sharing, blah, blah, blah. So we'll leave it at that. So again, thank you very much for taking the time to watch us. We hope you have a great day. Bye now.